Good evening. $7:50. Today is still May 15th, 2024. In my last video, I was at home. Did I share about my frustration? Oh no, I was feeling great in my last video. It was 1 p.m., right? Yeah, before I headed to the gym. My plan was to take a nap before a serious leg workout, but I didn't. I actually worked on the book club meeting. I posted a new group notice in our group chat notifying everybody to, read the article I sent to them about storytelling, what's the story structure, and also preparing for, sharing a story from the book we read. I want the participants to prepare before they come, so we would have a more quality discussion and conversation, right? So everybody can learn something from each other. That's very important. And the leg workout was very good. I met my friend around 2 after he finished his class. He's now a coach. And the gym was very bright. I like that gym a lot. It's not the gym I go to here, but a different gym, a newly opened gym with really good lighting and not that crowded either. The equipment is always empty. I mean, there are still people, but you don't need to wait to use the equipment or anything like that. And I did some squats. I mean, we did it together. I think we only did 4 or 5 exercises in total, but it was solid. I did a lot. And then I picked up my mom. She came back from Changsha. After she got on my car, she started talking, expressing her recent, struggles. She gotten sick lately because mainly it's her mental health problem. She's being stressed about work and the financial situation. It's not that bad from my point of view, but I can't talk to her about it because for her, the biggest solution is me getting a job and paying the bills. I get it. It will work. But I got so much other things to do. And I don't want to, go back and forth with her. There's no point because we have very different values and she can't see the full picture of my vision. Although I'm using her resources, but I still know what I'm doing and I can make the right decision for myself. Yeah, as long as I can just convince her to support me financially, I'd be great. I got all this time to myself for writing and speaking, reading, learning every day. Although sometimes I don't feel, motivated and I didn't really get anything done. It's still the process of me learning and exploring myself. These are all stories that I can tell. These are all the, elements of my stories. After dinner, I talked with my friend about the Toastmaster event this weekend in Changsha. There's a similarly legit Toastmaster. At first, I thought it's legit, but now I am very sure it's not. It's some scam or just, pyramid scheme or something like that. They charge 780 RMB for admission. And they, label the, their, what's that? Their promotion. It's very suspicious. Just from the video I saw, they were not even using a microphone. As a professional public speaker, I can't really even hear you well. Like, your expressions doesn't feel legit to me. Why am I going to your events and listening to your speech? Anyway, I'm not trying to talk shit about them, but yeah, that's just an unimportant thing that happened just now. And after that, I had this craving for cigarettes, but I left my cigarettes in my car, and I haven't smoked lately. So I'm fighting these urges. I simply want to document here. Oh, I was also reading as well. I read this book a little bit, and I got inspired. Let me see. I want to read it for you. The disillusionment of emptiness comes from failing to align one's life with the principles from which power originates. A useful illustration of this phenomenon can be seen in the lives of great musicians, composers, and conductors of our own times. How frequently they continue productive careers in their 80s and 90s, often having children and living vigorously until ripe old age. Their lives have been dedicated to the creation and embodiment of beauty, which incorporates and expresses enormous power. We know clinically that alignment with beauty is associated with longevity and vigor because beauty is a function of creativity. Such longevity is common in all creative occupations. This definitely motivates me to keep creating and pursuing my dream. I believe in my dream, being an influential speaker who can bring much value to this world by sharing my stories, perspectives, lessons with people. And also I read this paragraph here. Meaning is so important that when life loses meaning, suicide commonly ensues. When life loses meaning, we first go into depression. When life becomes sufficiently meaningless, we leave it all together. Force has transient goals. When those goals are reached, the emptiness of meaninglessness remains. Power, on the other hand, motivates us endlessly. If our lives are dedicated, for instance, to enhancing the welfare of everyone we contact, our lives can never lose meaning. If the purpose of our life, on the other hand, is financial success, what happens after it's been attained? This is one of the primary causes of depression in middle-aged men and women. I mean, my mom didn't achieve financial success in her own definition. However, this helped me to see the perspective again. I really should have more compassion towards my mom for her, being stressed at work. Her work is not easy. It's not for everybody. It takes so much, discipline, courage, faith, willpower, optimism, all these good things. And I also need more compassion for her not understood my dream and my vision, what I'm trying to do with my content, what kind of person I'm trying to become, or I am already. I have compassion for that. I need more compassion for that. She doesn't see it from my eyes. And I mean, what's my perspective again? I suddenly got this perspective. It's so helpful. Right. Yes. Because I thought of my grandparents as well. They probably wanted me to, get married and have children, have a stable income and job, make them look, good among family, among other relatives, and make them proud, right? I really get it. I understand that. They don't have any other meaning, right? In life, if you ask old people like my grandparents what they do with their life, raising children, taking care of family, just making ends meet for the kids, for the children, for the grandchildren. And I totally get it, and I'm so grateful for having grandparents like them. I'm not judging them, but I just know this meaning does not align with my meaning of life. Their meaning of life doesn't align with my meaning of life. And I have the clarity that my meaning of life has a bigger and more important priority. If I fulfill my grandparents' or my parents' wishes and help them to fulfill their meaning of life, which is raising successful children, then, in their definition, successful, having kids, having stable income and job, living well, right? Not worrying about money, being healthy, right? Having beautiful kids. They're great. I'd love to have beautiful kids. I'd love to raise my own kids. I'd love to have a, happy marriage and family one day. But my meaning of life is way more than that. I'm not gonna be just here raising my children only. I'm here to influence people. I'm here to help others with my way, with my power, right? And I have this vision. I have this ability. I believe I can do that. I am doing that. I've been done that. I've helped so many people already. Even I'm still a very small content creator. Not a lot of people know me and watch my content, but I am surely marching towards that. You know what I'm saying? So with that clarity in mind, I shouldn't blame my family because their meaning of life doesn't align with mine. And I know what I'm living for. I am not living for my family. Of course, I want to make them proud, but I cannot sacrifice my meaning of life to make them happy. Oh, by the way, the happiness to them is external. They wanted to be jealous. Literally, they wanted family, they wanted relatives, they wanted their brothers and sisters to be jealous of them. Seriously, they wanted to be jealous. They want someone else to be jealous because they have raised successful children. So they look good. They can brag. Oh, my kids make $100 million. My kids have 5 children. My kids had, the most beautiful girl. Most beautiful wife. Stuff like that. Really, that's how shallow they are. That's how superficial they are. Seriously. I'm not kidding. And it's sad. But again, I have compassion for that. I don't need to judge them because it's not going to change anything. It's only going to make me suffer. It's only going to make me unhappy. So, yeah, next time I got to remind myself again, this is another practice for me. Compassion, understanding. They don't understand. I have understanding for that. I cannot be mad or frustrated. I will try my best not to be frustrated. If my family expressed any, frustration, doubt, or disappointment, or expectations of me getting a job and making lots of money, I have a very clear mind that I need all this time for myself to learn. This is why I become so much better at articulating. I've spoken, I've read, I've written. Especially, I need to spend more time on writing, which helps one to become more articulate. This is the most important tool. We all need to use writing to express ourselves, to articulate our thoughts. You cannot skip this. If you want to be a good speaker or writer, write more. Write with your laptop or with a pen, whatever that might be. You gotta just write. Okay? Elaborate your idea. Explain yourself. You have to tell good stories if you want to influence others or just negotiate with others, whether you want to be an influencer or not. If you do business, you have to talk to people. If you work in a company, then you have to deal with your manager and your coworker, your colleagues, right? Your boss. You have to talk to them. You have to negotiate. You have to make compromises. You have to talk constantly. This is the one important skill that I intentionally practice every day. Anyway, this is a great video. Thanks for watching and listening. It means a lot to me. I hope you're doing well. Again, compassion for every misunderstanding and not understanding. That's really important. Remember that. Take care, my friend. Good night.